The Star.
Yeah, y'all already know. Seven the pan. That dude Biz on the beat. Yeah. We live in entertainment. Sound change. Crown the kings, homie. This is where it get ill. About to have the tip off live as a tip drill. From the court to the diamond, to the track, to the big skin flying around the field. Starting five forever, keeping it real. If it matters in the world of sports, jeans and long sleeves, they taking no shorts. Hot the death, oh yes, these are the sports podcasts live as a pros course. Biz market wave, the starting five goes off. No matter who you cheer for, emotions out the window. They analyzing with clear thoughts. They take it way deeper than the boss ever. No longer got any use for the four letters. The latest news, score stats and a view from the sideline. Ain't no guideline, it's just the truth. Yeah, no need to dig for a pardon line. It's always in season if people starting five. We going in on three, run the baseline, starting five. Get it, we got what you need. If the sports news you see, we don't waste time. We talking cause we live it. We got what you need. We going in on three, run the baseline, starting five. Get it, we got what you need. And y'all know me, seven sign, I'm the illest cat stick. I got what you need.
Yep. I think we got what y'all need this week, man, because motherfuckers tired. And that's TIED. Tired. But nonetheless, it's the newest episode of the Star 5. Y'all know who I am. That DJ named Ace 5, your mom's favorite fat guy. Peace, everybody.
What up, yo, Mr. Mayor? You are TIE. I-I-E tired today, huh?
Tired, yeah.
That's good. That means you had a good weekend, man.
I guess.
And it's not over yet. So I'm so happy I don't have to go to work tomorrow. I don't know what to do with myself. I think I'm just gonna lay around the house and do nothing tomorrow. Just chill real hard tomorrow. But the weather's been great. Went out and saw a Bullet Train last night. It was $3. Yesterday was National Movie Day.
Yep.
Got the flick for $3. Me and my friend went out to get something to eat. So it was a good night, good weekend. Weather's really holding up today. They was talking about rain, but I don't see it happening. But that could change in a few hours. Who knows? But other than that, I'm good.
Yeah, they're talking rain for the West Indian Day Parade tomorrow, which, hopefully for their sake, it doesn't rain. But even if it does rain, they still out there partying no matter what. It don't fucking matter. I remember one of the few times I went to that parade, fucking it rained, and then it was like the timing of the rain was just the perfect cool down for that moment in time.
Right.
Then it was like, yuck, I'm walking around wet. Then it was, oh shit, I'm dry. But,
fast.
Shouts out to all my West Indian people out there. For real.
You're not working at tomorrow, are you?
Absolutely not. Well, first and foremost, it's in Brooklyn.
Right.
And it's rare that they ask for volunteers out of Manhattan and Brooklyn, with the exception of when Passover happens, because the Jewish community can't touch or see or smell any. Well, now I'm joking about the bullshit that, but they really can't touch anything in their houses. They're burning shit on the corners. It's literally a purging of the old to the new, and they just get people out there to pick up anything and everything on them streets in the Jewish neighborhoods in Brooklyn. But the West Indian Parade, I've never heard our garage get called for bodies to work that parade. Plus, our new commissioner is attempting to try something new in picking up garbage as if it was a regular day on Monday on the holiday. And I'll leave my opinions out of that because this ain't the place for that type of talk. Even though I was shocked and surprised that the commissioner actually had a conversation with us at my garage the other day, and I will leave that at that also.
Okay.
And I can explain why. I'll explain why to you as a shocking surprise off air,
Yeah.
but on air it's not for here.
Right.
But yeah, man, it is. I'm can't wait to not do shit also because your boy has been working this entire summer, literally this entire fucking summer. Like the only times I had days off was if it wasn't my Sunday to work and the day my middle daughter graduated from 5th grade. If
Mm.
I didn't have to say no that day, I literally worked 6 days a week almost every month this summer from June
Wow.
till fucking now. I literally worked 6 days a week every week.
That's crazy, bro. You're overdue for a vacation, my man.
I'm
Someplace
overdue.
nice.
I'm overdue for trying to teach myself how to actually save any of that money that was earned working. You know, because it's rent time, and I still gotta fucking pay that. And
Right.
yeah,
I get it.
we'll just leave that at that. Just know
Yep.
that I'm working for somebody. It ain't me, but it's for somebody. You know what I'm saying? You know, but we got a light one, and we're gonna talk about people who have been going to work for 20 plus years. A man who knows how to fuck over the industry and play patient and wait until somebody bites at his bullshit. And that's a one Danny Ainge. For sure, for sure. The reason why we call this episode the Fleece Lord is because we need to talk about some of the bullshit trades that he's pulled off in recent memory.
Props to
Um,
him for getting it done, though.
yeah, for real. I mean, we all thought they was bugging with the Rudy Gobert one,
Yeah.
but man, this guy just finds a way to find a sucker. And I'm just happy our Knicks weren't in.
Yeah. No matter what the fans say, bro, this was bad all the way around. This was Melo 2.0 on steroids for what Ainge was asking for.
Yeah,
I'm
but
glad we put our foot down. But yeah, we'll deep dive into that.
we're gonna get into that in a minute. But the GOAT is gone, TJ. The GOAT is no more in
Mm.
the world of sports. Serena Williams, first off, her and her sister Venus lost the doubles match, kicking them out of the tournament. And then just 2 nights ago,
Yep.
she lost her singles match in 3 sets to call it a career. Everybody and their mama came out, stepped out, made comments saying "goat, goat, goat." I'm glad that everybody has been on board with Serena Williams is definitely the GOAT of tennis. Period. The argument is still TJ GOAT of all athletes, and it's my shout out to my cousin Tyler and the Regulation Podcast. I think it was him who, we're not making the argument of who is the GOAT in all sports right now, but he made some valid shit. He said some valid shit that I never even put it in perspective before. Like, he was just like, yo, you got to look at it like her level of dominance where she's playing offense and defense by herself. Like, it's like we knew that in a way, but just saying it out loud was like,
It was different.
it just made it feel like, yeah. And it made sense, just saying it like that. Like, she plays offense and defense by herself. And then you start to put it in perspective to what basketball players, basketball teams, football teams, you might get a one-on-one matchup on the court or on the field, but it's still 5-on-5. You
Yeah,
could fall,
it's
you
like
could fall off.
boxing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
Right.
you gotta act and react.
Yeah. So it was a crazy perspective. But I mean, GOAT of tennis, TJ, yeah, absolutely no brainer.
Yes, and this is where we go back into even what we say with the Jordan thing of her era. You know what I'm saying? You can't compare eras back when, way back in the day. I mean, Steffi Graf's record is phenomenal. She's got more singles victories and more titles, but that was of her era. And Serena, not only we can call it a GOAT because she transformed the game. She brought more eyes and more money to the game by her presence alone, from fashion to style to everything. Her demeanor, her attitude, the way she carried herself, she changed the game in that sense as well.
Yeah, and I like what she said too, though, in rounding out her speech leaving the court that night. If there was no Venus, there would be no me.
You know, sir. Yeah, yeah,
And
that was
like
huge.
Venus did kick it off,
She
but
did. Took it
Serena
to
took the
another level,
ball,
bro.
took the ball and went and blasted off like that rocket couldn't these past 2 weeks in out of Florida. You know what I'm saying? Like,
She
yeah.
Vince Carter that shit in the Olympics. That's what she did,
Oh
bro.
yeah. She Vince Carter to Frank Weister's sister.
Nuts all in your mouth. You know what I'm saying?
Ayo, pause all that because people tried to talk that shit about Serena for years back in the day, and
Oh yes,
yeah,
yeah. She also had to come through much more. I mean, I don't know, because you talk about the one of the original goats of female tennis. I forgot the black woman's name back in the day, where she had to deal with the racism, which was heavily blatant and accepted at that time. You know, she dealt with a fair share amount of criticism about her looks, about her skin color, you know, her muscles and all this other stuff, man. It was unfair, but I mean, she weathered all that shit and still came out on top, which is phenomenal. She didn't let that beat her down. She used
no,
that
absolutely.
actually. She
And
used that actually.
it was Althea Gibson, I think the main name you're thinking of.
Yes, I couldn't remember it. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it's you got to look at the total package of everything, and her as far as goat of this her sport all time, male or female.
It's well
It's
deserved.
yeah, 23 major victories, which is a tie for the most all time. People thought her chances were really good in this one,
Yo, after
and
she beat that second place chick, I thought she was on her way.
yeah, but
She beat the number 2 seed in the world.
she lost to somebody who also even bowed down to say like, yo, I feel just as bad as you. Like, I wanted to win, but I feel just as bad as y'all. But I mean, that's a S on your chest that you take with, hey, I retired Serena Williams.
Wow.
And it doesn't even matter what level you're on. You know what I'm saying?
That's like,
Serena, I think, was recently like the number 400 something player in the world. I don't care. Y'all call her the GOAT. I retired Serena Williams.
dude, that's like the one dude who's been bricking all game and hits a game winner.
Man, listen, that's like the four
He's talking
horsemen.
mad shit.
Man, that's like the four horsemen with the I broke Wahoo's legs t-shirts. I forgot who did that. I think it was I think it might have been Arn Anderson or somebody. I have to look it up. My wrestling history brain is asleep with the rest of my brain. But yeah, this is like the I broke Wahoo McDaniel's leg t-shirts from back in the day. Like, that's really how she should carry herself. Like, yo, like, I can do this. I can be better. I can be like her. I can be like Mike. I can be like whatever. But I retired your goat. My goat.
Mm.
Her- But she
They're
like
coming
she
for that.
said though.
They're coming for that next round. They're coming
Yeah,
for that
but you know
the
what
next
though?
round.
The
Bro.
way you know what though? The way that the world is set up and the way shit's going, like now, and I'm gonna say unfairly because she hasn't been winning enough to call for it just yet. She's gonna get this energy just because she's a young black woman. But Coco Gauff better be prepared for all this pressure.
I think she is.
I
I
I,
think
I
I
hope
think she
she
handled
is.
it better than Osaka. Uh,
Yeah, yeah.
I think she'll handle it better than Osaka has handled it right now. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? They're about the same age almost, and they're going through
no,
a similar
Coco's
thing.
younger. Coco's
Coco's
younger.
younger. Okay.
Much younger.
Oh, that's right. She's still a teenager, right?
Yeah, something like that. I think she does have the right head on her shoulders, but
She
I'm just
does.
saying I can foresee it now that it's just gonna feel unfair. Like, why are y'all coming down on this young ass girl like this? But Serena, Venus, they went through the same things. They started really young as professionals, and where
Well,
they
here comes
came
the
up from. And
comparisons. Here comes the comparisons. Can you do it like Serena? Can you do it like Venus? She's going to be hearing that a lot now.
This is a part of what I'm talking about. That's a part of
Yeah.
what I'm talking about. And it's not going to be fair. Judge her for just Coco. Judge her for who she is.
Yep.
You know, and something interesting somebody said, I believe on ESPN too. Like, think about it. Like, everybody that's within tennis now, or at least the last 10 plus years, have all been influenced by Serena.
Absolutely.
And all of them. So this is like all of her
Absolutely.
children now are, you know.
And you know what? It was a good thing her daughter got to see her play and remember it a little bit before she retired, which is nice.
Yeah, that's which we didn't even get into that much. We're just kind of saying thank you and
Yes.
going over just a broad stroke of
Yeah.
who this woman of greatness is.
She
But
deserves her flowers now, for
yeah,
sure.
but like if we really were to break these things down, like like she almost died,
Right?
but she also, I think, won Wimbledon while pregnant, and
Yeah.
nobody knew.
Yeah.
Like if we really sat here and tried to piece down every little bit and put from our perspective and our opinions, and I have to clarify, say our opinions, what Serena Williams has gone through and against what other players have gone through. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I mean, the argument is made for just, GOAT player,
Put it like
athlete,
this.
overall superstar. The argument is there for number one,
How many players did Serena retire?
right?
Ooh. Ooh.
A perspective we have not yet thought about.
How many players did Serena retire?
You know what I'm
But they
saying?
just gave up when she was on top of everything.
Uh-huh.
Y'all were battling for second, for sure.
Or how about having that feeling going into some shit?
Defeated.
I'm playing for the second or third place check right off the bat. And she had, I forgot what years it was. I think it was 13 to 16. A string of dominance where, like you went into a tournament, that's what you had to kind of think about.
Dude, yeah, because you got to think about it like that. She was not only killing you in the singles, but her and her sister were killing y'all in the doubles too. Like, you couldn't avoid her. You could not avoid her, bro.
Whooping everybody's ass everywhere. For real. Like, let me
Find the
just go
tennis
through.
court and I'll see you.
Look, total tournament wins 98. And this is getting to the finals and all of this. 29 losses out of the final. A total of 127 matches and Grand Slams 23,
That's
lost 10.
ridiculous.
So 123 lost 10. So imagine if she won all 33 that she played in.
That's Tom Brady shit, bro. You go to the Super
That's
Bowl
that's
8
past
times,
that's
10
past
times,
Tom
lose
Brady shit.
twice. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it is
That's
past Tom
past.
Brady.
That's literally like saying, a Grand Slam is the 4 major tournaments, right?
Right,
So
right.
this is like saying I'm winning the WWE WWF title at Royal Rumble, Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, SummerSlam, Survivor Series. I'm winning a title at all 4 of the major pay-per-views each and every week. That's what like winning a major was.
That's
you know,
crazy. That's
you know what I'm
crazy.
saying?
That's crazy.
And she did that 23 times. Like, imagine all she had to do was win 2 out of the 10 she lost, and she would have the world, the sports record in most ever. Just with 2 or 1, actually 1. Everybody thought she was going to get to 24 to break the record, but
That's
unfortunately
amazing.
she didn't. You know,
That's amazing.
but doubles Grand Slams. This is obviously with her sister. 14. 3 Summer Olympics medals in doubles. Fucking top 1,000 player in doubles 2 times. Top 1,000 player singles 23 times. I'm not gonna sit here and really, really
The
try to parse
accolades
this.
are ridiculous, bro. The accolades
Yeah,
are
it's
ridiculous,
just
man.
it's just absolutely absurd. And I was, hey, I'm older than her, so we are older than her. We were around to see it from the beginning.
Hmm.
We was around
That's
to
one
see the
thing we gotta
Christian
we
game.
gotta really appreciate. Like we definitely she too. I mean, I was watching tennis, you know, from back in the day. I was a Michael Chang fan and stuff like that, but I wasn't really too much on the women's side. But she tuned me in to watching more women's tennis. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And taking appreciation for it.
I
She
was a
she
Pete
took
Sampras guy.
she was she brought in the casual fan. You know what I'm saying? She brought in the casual fan every time. And they spent money to go see the casual fan spent money to go see her too because that they just wanted to experience that greatness. So what she has done for the sport and how she transitions uh is going to be another step. I can't wait to see what she's going to do now. If she's
Well,
going to
I mean,
be part of it or just start raising her daughter.
she's already a multiple time business owner. Multiple times
Yeah,
over. Like, I don't
yeah,
know if her and Venus are still partners in the Dolphins, but at one time they were. You got to
right.
remember, Serena's husband owns Reddit, right?
I believe so. He's a billionaire.
Yeah, yeah. So
She's good.
she's good. I mean,
She's
but
good.
she was
She's
good
been
with
good.
she was
With
good with or without him.
yeah, yeah,
People been throwing her money, but
right.
now it's time where she could really, really just say I did it all and be mom.
Yep,
Where this something where a lot of us parents haven't been able to afford to do it all, to be
that
able to
part.
just fall back and chill.
That part.
Feel like okay, they're comfortable and settled with family. Like I'm happy with my family. I still feel like I haven't done enough, but I'm
Right.
good. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? Like it's different though when you got that money that you can retire and legitimately do nothing and just
Dude,
allow numbers to work for you.
is
You
she
know,
40 yet?
she's 40.
She's 40. All that, I mean, and to sit back now and just take the rest of your days. She's got a long way to go. You know what I'm saying? She's got a long way to go. But her name will be forever etched in time and in the books, man. You cannot bring up women's tennis without bringing her name up.
Yeah.
Period.
As long as she can get there, that's what I say. Because
Yep.
I was just telling a story yesterday again of how I missed the opportunity to where I could have been on my job, where I could retire now myself. At the same young ass age. My brother got 2 years left. He'll only be fucking 42 when he can retire, when he's
That's
eligible to
beautiful, man.
retire. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
beautiful,
Like,
man. Yep.
and she's doing it at the age of 40, where, which we're all there right now. But to be
Yep.
able to do it at the age of 40 and literally not have to think about, man, fuck my social security. I ain't worried about picking that. I'm not worried about no income. You know what I'm saying? Like we're
The
at the
income is
level
being
where,
income.
yeah, like I learned that, say I did retire at 48, you can't have a consecutive gap of 5 years of no reported income.
Right.
So I would have to get up off my ass, find a way to report taxes every 2 years,
Right.
because I ain't doing shit. So I don't want to have to do. I don't
Right.
want to have to work with somebody else. She has
Right.
the luxury of saying, my kids don't have to work
Yeah, man. She set herself up nice.
ever, which
Ever.
no
Shout,
hate at all. It's a beautiful thing.
shout out to her pops, man.
Yes, rest easy, Mr. Richard Williams. But you and your wife at the time birthed the legend that is Serena Williams, and we as sports fans thank you for it.
Much
Serena,
appreciated.
thank you for the memories on television and all that stuff. You know, being a man
First
for a
played a
second,
crip walk after a victory.
and and the cat suit, and
And the
the
cat
cat
suit.
suit that fucking drove everybody and their grandmamas crazy.
Woo.
You know,
That
change
shit
that
should be that shit
legitimately
should be in the
changed the game,
Smithsonian. That
right?
shit should be in the Smithsonian. It probably is.
Yeah, yeah, like legitimate game changer.
Yep.
Whether they tried to set out to do it or not, and it started off with just the beads in the hair, in the
Yeah.
cornrows.
Something light.
Yeah, that's something that is. I mean, it was a staple of young black girls' history back in the '90s, '80s, and before.
Yeah. Yeah. That was light.
Hmm. But thank you,
But yeah.
Serena. We'll leave that
Thank
at
you.
that.
Thank
But
you.
thank you to, I guess, the NCAA and the College Football Committee. I want to once again in de facto take credit that they might be listening. They finally decided to change and upgrade and expand the college football playoffs. And when I saw it, I said, well, about fucking time.
Right.
Because I've been preaching on here for years the easiest ways they can do it.
I was just about to say you have been a steady. You've been blowing that horn for a very long time, bro.
From
You've been
before
on that
from
long
before they
before.
even created the four.
Right. You've been saying that for a long, long time. So, listen, if anybody deserves credit, it's you because you've been on that stump. You've been out there like them
Nah,
Israelites
no,
on
don't
42nd.
call don't call me one of the road warriors. The Legion of Jerusalem Doom.
You out there like them dudes in the park, just standing up with all the costume on and be like, "Yo, we need more change in the college football."
Right. Say, my brother, who the fuck told you to wear that white shirt? You ain't no nigga. No.
The SEC ain't the only college football program in the country.
Right. Right. What about the whack? What about the SWAC? What
What
about
about the
the MAC?
Pac-12?
What about the MAC? What about the A10? The Big Ten?
Y'all not hearing me.
I'm said that turns into battle rap. Yo, I said, but nah, but yeah, like I said, if there's been somebody or as Aaron as Arn Anderson used to say, I'm not one to toot my own horn, but toot toot. But yeah,
Yes, sir.
if there has ever been a proponent for just the playoffs, period, it's been me, and I've been saying this shit almost as long as we've been doing this podcast. Before TJ was even full on with the pod, like I've been saying this shit,
Yes, you have.
and they at least now reached up to 12, which is a great idea. And what they're doing is, I believe, is whoever's gonna land up in the 1 through 4 spots in the top 25 poll will get the first week bye. And so from 5 to 12 plays the first week.
I
And they're
mean,
gonna they're
it's
gonna
rocket
take
science.
they're gonna take conference winners and what they like to call at-large bids, which they make up all these dumbass words and phrases for what they do in college sports. That it should be as simple as, if you go by this list, go by this fucking list.
Right.
That's it. Now the ways I've always said it was, you have the Power Five conferences, right? Now you bring in 3 more to make it 8, right? Now, out of the 120 plus programs that are in Division I football, some people will say there's more. I don't give a fuck. But if there's 120 plus Division I teams, there's more than 10 conferences. Parse it down all the way to 8 conferences, to where everybody has to now geographically fall in line also. You can create a way for funds to be evenly distributed through all the schools. And I mean fairly distributed, because no, I'm sorry, Alabama State, you do not deserve as much money as Alabama, but you deserve to get money.
Right.
Everybody in the conference should deserve to get money, but you don't get
You
to
just don't get a big cut like the other teams, the
right.
other
You
schools
don't get
do.
to outbeat the major earners in this.
Right.
But you have 2 large conferences, right? Every conference has a conference championship. And no matter who the winner is, the
It's an
higher
order.
seeds,
Right.
the second place is the next the lower seeds.
Right.
You easily have a 16 team tournament right there, almost equivalent to the NFL. I don't remember how many teams in the NFL. So is it now 7 or 8? 8 of division? Yeah, so 16.
Yeah.
So it's even. You have a 16 team tournament there. You could cut the regular season down to, instead of 10 games, you could cut it down to 9, because you're going to include the playoffs in your own conference.
right?
You know, and then two, think about it like this: if you're trying to get kids ready for the next level, which is the NFL, you are now putting them down a path to understanding, hey, you playing 17 plus games nowadays, my boy. Let's get used to this.
Yep.
Let's get with it. We all know that the NCAA is a money grab. It's an easy way to sell more tickets. Woo, playoffs. In rainbow letters or not, playoffs. You know, that word there just raised the ticket price $50. There's so much ways that they can make money, and this is just a small, quick brief on how I
Dude,
described this shit at least a decade ago.
the
But
merch they're gonna make off the playoffs alone,
yeah,
and 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 the concessions and all the booster shit that they got going on because your team is in the playoffs is ridiculous, man.
mm-hmm.
Billions of dollars are going to be made. Billions.
Right, which will then in turn make you say, why didn't y'all listen sooner? Why didn't y'all do something about this sooner? But
Old
again,
men.
yeah,
Old
and
men, bro.
they because they saw they couldn't, as the saying goes, they couldn't see the forest from the trees
Nope.
or whatever, and so
Nope.
that means they saw all the fast money in front of them by way of Tostitos, Tostitos, fucking
Ace
old
Hardware.
Spice, right? Ace Hardware, the
Hawaiian Tropic. You know what I'm saying?
right, the Bad Bunny Dr. Phil Invitational Opens. You know what I'm saying?
The
Cash
Dr.
Me
Pepper
Outside.
kickoff. Dr. Pepper shit,
Yeah,
man. Motherfuckers are still drinking that?
yeah, yeah. I actually had one a couple weeks ago, maybe, but yeah, the Fansville, USA, and all that. Like, yeah, they
Yeah.
seen they seen all of that money that's right in the face, and it's like, yo, we got to service these masters first instead of saying fuck that. The people who put money even in their hands is the fans. Why would you consider your fans? I just don't get it. I don't get it. But they're servicing me some with this pause because I like 12 teams. It opens it up and it gives people chances because I was one of those people who absolutely hated the bullcrap system or the BCS system where it felt like it was an arbitrary, whoever number one and number two is, you go at it. But because they thought ticket sales would be better, there were years I think where it was number one versus number three. You know, there was a one
Mhm.
loss team. There was one loss teams in playing for the national championship over teams that were
They were
undefeated.
undefeated. Yep, I remember
You
that.
know, so the playoffs can eliminate that bullshit. I'm sorry, you're undefeated team and you're in one of the Division One conferences. Hey, you play who's in front of you. You deserve one of those first four spots if you cleaned your plate and left no scraps behind.
Well, now this is gives a shot to the Boise States of the world. You know,
Exactly.
you know what I'm saying? That got looked over so many times in the past. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And they went
All of them.
undefeated
The
several
boy,
years in a row.
yeah, the Kellen Moore Boise State teams, those TCU teams, those early
Yep.
those Baylor teams before
Yeah.
Baylor went through all their fucking scandal bullshit.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yep.
yeah,
They
all of these teams would have a
get a fair
chance,
shake. Yeah, they get a fair shake now, which is good.
or will they? Because, like I said, it's about
Well,
it's about
Georgia
that money.
smoked Oregon yesterday, and I thought there was going to be a better fight than that, but they got smoked.
Yeah, I missed almost all the games. I seen Ohio State won, which
Y-
I was hoping the stadium blew up. No deaths though, just the stadium. No place to
Some
play.
Batman shit where
Yeah,
the field craters on itself.
yeah, but everybody comes out on the other side. You know what I'm saying? It's just my hate for Ohio State and Notre Dame.
I thought they were going to lose yesterday. I couldn't wait to call my sister's boyfriend because he's a Ohio State fan, but I have to save that call for next week.
We hope. We hope. But see something like this too saves a Notre Dame because how many years have Notre Dame have been right on that edge and they really want to get them in there.
Yeah,
but they know they can't justify that now.
right. You're right. You're right. Because they
They
have no
can't.
conference really, right? They weren't in a conference before.
Yeah, I have to relook because I don't remember because I think well no. In basketball, I believe they're in the ACC now. Football, I think maybe this year might be the first. Because I personally, they're right there, right off of Chicago, I believe,
Yeah,
close to.
yeah.
They should be in the Big Ten. They should have always been in the Big Ten. But that independent status because they want to hoard and hide their own money, Catholic Church, whatever you want to say about that, say it. But
You just gonna leave
you
that
know,
there like that?
just a little drop on the table and keep walking. you know, do what they do for they, do
Damn.
some, and they say do something strange for a piece of change, right?
Was that drop? Damn, son.
Damn, son, where'd you find this nigga? And that's the added. Where'd you find this nigga? Damn, son, where'd you
Damn.
find this? Oh shit!
Oh, this is
Hey,
fun. This is
I didn't.
fun.
I didn't write their rules. There's a reason. There's a reason why the Pope went to Canada to apologize. But I digress.
We're going left, man. Stay on the rails, B. Stay on the rails, B.
Like I said, we're going on a trip
Oh.
in our favorite rocket ship, and I'm not even high. Little Einstein. Sorry, if you have young kids, you should know the Little Einstein theme song. Wow, I can't even talk. Theme song already. You should know it if you have a 15-year-old or younger. You should know Little Einsteins. But no, I'm saying like for years though, like teams like that they couldn't get in there and justifiably so because we were watching. Like, how
Right.
dare you jump these people? How dare you? You know,
What's the sense of playing for all that shit, finishing undefeated, and you can't taste nothing. You can't get a
dude,
chance at the chip, bro.
that's
It's
one
not
of my
worth
issues.
playing.
That's one
It's
of
not
my
worth
issues.
playing.
That is one of my issues with college football, especially. There's fucking 300 games on a weekend, it feels like. People are just playing to play, just to entertain in everyone. Like, not everybody's playing for something,
Right.
especially in the bullcrap system. Ooh, you're playing to play a bowl game. What does the bowl game do other than here, you get paid this much, you get paid that much. You students, now y'all can't have nothing. Just get out there and run on the field for these.
Basically, it was a participation trophy because
It,
you weren't getting any further than that.
exactly. Thanks for coming. You ain't got to go, but you got to get the hell up out of here. you know.
That part.
Yeah, but it was just thank you for the fucking expansion too. That's just it's necessary. It's needed. It was needed after the first year's perfectly fine working experiment. They got Ohio State a championship out of that. They should have expanded from right there immediately
Yep.
because you don't want this piece of shit team who screwed Miami Hurricanes back in 2000, early 2000s to keep getting over. No, they got their one. Urban Meyer got his one, then had his health scare.
Allegedly.
The usual.
Allegedly.
It was the usual. And then he got caught playing grab ass in the homies bar and all that. And now Ohio State hasn't been that same team since. They haven't won another one since. But the opportunity is now there for them to make the playoffs consistently because they finally chose to fucking expand. That's all I'm happy about. All they
Yep.
need to do is again reach out, listen to what I said. They can make it mirror the NFL, make it 16. And then what you do is because you are hungry for sponsors, you say you bid out each game as a sponsored name game. The people are going to be watching the college football playoffs. Here's your chance to make as much bank as you want off of advertisers and naming rights. It's not that hard, yo.
It's not.
It's not. But you know what? It's something I've been running through my head. If you don't have opportunity, who's going to hear you? And I think that's really been the one thing in my life
Mm,
that stopped me from everything. Because
mm,
you've known for years I've had all the ideas, but
mm.
opportunity and reach,
It's a
two
whole
things
different
that
thing. Yeah,
yeah, it's definitely different levels and layers to the issues to why they
right.
not hearing you, even though we've been saying this shit, son. Shit's audio documented, son.
Go check the tapes. Run the
Word,
tapes back.
right?
We've been
Khaled,
saying
Khaled did.
this.
Yeah, we're not. I don't want to be like everybody else and talking about a verse that I didn't listen to yet.
Me either.
I don't. I only listened to one record off of that album, and that was the reggae joint.
Oh,
I, I,
I heard the
man,
Jadakiss interlude. I saw the video for that, and that was fire.
man, listen. I'm not really a Khaled fan. Do I appreciate what he's done for the culture and all that? Yes, I appreciate everything he's done. I've heard stories about his grind and come up. Somebody tried to tell me, oh, he didn't pay tribute to the people who put him on and shit like that. Come to find out, it's from who we think of as a known liar nowadays, and the names that was mentioned in his Drink Champs interview recently was some of those names of people who put him on, and they've consistently said, yeah, he bigs them up all the time. The dude gets my props for real, but when he does reggae, when he does dancehall shit, or he does some straight yard shit, yo,
That's his pocket.
I don't think
That's
he's
his
missed.
pocket.
I don't think he's missed at all.
That's his pocket, man.
For real. But we're not talking about his pocket. We're talking about Danny Ainge, who
Nah.
who looks like and makes these moves like he's out of pocket, but for some reason it's always in pocket for him. That was bars. I just straight freestyled that. But it's always seems to be in pocket for him. And then when you hear these ridiculous trades that he's pulled off, it's not even out of character for him. Like this is
Nobody does what he does.
nobody.
No, nobody pulls off the heist he's pulled off, bro.
Nobody. So
Several
in
times over.
so in looking up and doing some information searching, because I allegedly, even though Google and the internet is a thing, if you search your stuff on internet, that's not research.
Mm,
I've heard people say that dumb shit. But for the sake of research, everybody, you know what? Everybody said that during COVID. All of a sudden, looking up and researching stuff on your own is no good because it was COVID. We just have to believe what they said. But I digress. We're not going there because I did some investigations. How about that word? Investigations
mm.
into further deals that Danny Ainge has made. And I found this list courtesy of NBC Sports, and it's Danny Ainge's trade history when he was back with the Celtics. And it said the Ricky Davis trade. They get rid of Tony Battle, Kendrick Brown, Eric Williams, and the Celtics got Ricky Davis, Chris Mims, Michael Stewart, a 2005 second round pick. It says Ryan Gomes was later selected. So this is where the Fleece Lord kind of is started to spread his wings in a way, and you see the amount of names that he gets in return or gives away. And Cybertron in 2005, they get Antoine Walker, but he gives up Tom Gugliotta. They end up getting Gary Payton from somewhere, Michael Stewart, and the 2006 first round draft pick. That's what the Hawks received. And it says Rajon Rondo was later selected by
Mm.
them. Wally Zerbiak. So the Celtics, they got Dwayne Jones, Michael Oliver Candy, Wally Zerbiak, and a 2009 first round draft pick. The Timberwolves got Marcus Banks, Mark Blount, I guess, Ricky Davis, Justin Reed, 2006 first round, the
Garbage.
second round, Craig
Garbage.
Smith,
All trash.
and Nikola Pekovic, which was a result of a second round pick for 2008. So he likes big names. He likes big names, and I mean, not big names, but the amount of names. That's like this one here, Kendrick Perkins. The Thunder get Kendrick Perkins and Nate Robinson. The Celtics receive Jeff Green, Nenad Chrisix, Cash, and the 2012 first round draft pick. Fab Mello was the dude. Remember him?
Yeah, he was a
He was
flash in
supposed to
the
be
pan, bro.
somebody.
He was a flash in the pan, bro.
He was supposed to be a contender. 2011, the Magic gets Glenn Davis and Von Wafer, and the
Who?
Celtics get Brandon Bass. Yeah, this is a who trade. And now this one is one of the big ones, I guess. The Mavericks received Dwight Powell and Rajon Rondo. Celtics get Jay Crowder, Jameer Nelson. He was a bad motherfucker.
He was.
Brandon Wright, a 2016 first round pick, 2016 second round pick. Yeah.
You see him stockpiling the picks, though.
Yeah.
He started
Jeff Green and Tayshaun Prince. So Grizzlies give up Jeff Green, Russ Smith from New Orleans. The Celtics get Tayshaun Prince, 2020 first round draft pick, which Aaron Naismith was selected for from Memphis, and Austin Rivers from New Orleans.
Came out way too early.
And in that one, New Orleans received Quincy Pondexter and a 2015 second round pick. This is all Danny Ainge deals so far. What do you think so far? Because I don't even know how long this list is, to keep it real with you. I'm just stopping right here at Isaiah Thomas trade. But what's some of your thoughts about what we've ran through so far?
I mean, he was just trying to get quality for quantity at this point, it looks like. You know what I'm saying? He was trading out people on their last leg, or he knew they couldn't contribute to what he wanted to do and build. So it was a big name at the time. If you think about the Gugliotta trade, Gugliotta was on his last legs probably back then. And he got value for it in return. That's what the man does. He's looking for value in every trade. If you look at it this way, he's looking to get value in return for the people he's giving up. And he's not just accepting any okadoke type of deal either. You know what I'm saying? He's getting value in return. He's getting, whether it be draft picks, you mentioned a number of first and second round draft picks, as well as the player that he wanted at that time. So this is just the blueprint for what he's been able to accomplish, getting to the Celtics championship run years. You know what I'm saying? Where he nabbed the Ray Allens and the Kevin Garnetts.
Yep. So let's keep going for a little while longer. It's Isaiah Thomas. He gets Isaiah from Phoenix, Gigi Demonte, I guess, or Demote. Oh yeah, Demote. My bad. Jonas Jerbrook. What the fuck was with these fucking last names?
These are all European stash houses.
That's
bro.
what I'm saying. Euro trash last names. But the Phoenix Suns got Marcus Thornton and a 2016 pick, and the Pistons got Tayshaun Prince. And then there's Jabari Bird, contract dump. Celtics received Cash. The Hawks received Jabari Bird.
Who?
So, exactly. It said, and just to read a piece of the article, it says, why are we including this trade? Because it's the only in-season deal Ainge has made since 2015. So if you're looking for fireworks ahead of March 25th deadline, know that recent history suggests the Celtics may stand pat. So that was the last one within this article. But recently, TJ, we were saved. We were saved immensely.
Clown the Knicks all you want, bro. Clown them if you want to clown them. You're going to clown them regardless, whether we made the trade or not. And I honestly think Ainge was never going to trade with the Knicks just because they're the Knicks. I think he was buttering them up to get somebody else to jump in. And after RJ signed his contract, that was the icing on the cake. Bet we don't have to deal with this. Cleveland jumps back in and gets the man they want. And actually is probably a better fit for both teams at this point, with Mitchell going to Cleveland. And the absolute haul that the Utah Jazz have received in return. Even
Yeah,
the swaps are
and
unprotected first round picks. So he got 5 unprotected first round picks, and for the next
no,
5 years,
and
for the next 5 years,
let me run the
Cleveland.
names. Let me run the names
Go
real
ahead.
quick for you. Obviously, Utah gets rid of Donovan Mitchell to the Cleveland Cavs for Lauri Markkanen, Ochar Abagia, I guess.
Abaji, yeah,
Abaji, whatever.
Abaji.
Since I'm at JP level with it right now. Victor Oladipo. That's just a callback to shout out to JP. That's just a call. That's a callback to how bad he used to
Damn,
butcher his
JP,
name.
come on, man.
I used to say, "Yo, you just said Victor Old Potato,"
He wouldn't be
but nah,
wrong.
nah. But no, Victor Oladipo, Lauri Markkanen, Abagia, Colin Sexton, 3 unprotected first round picks and 2 pick swaps.
Which are also unprotected.
Motherfucker. The 2 pick swaps are 2026 and 2028. Which, quick side note before we continue, the piece that I forgot to add on with the college football playoff expansion, it's coming in 2026, but they're pushing to have it implemented as soon as 2024. I say fuck that. The season just started. You can implement that bitch now. But let's get back to the trade deal. Go
Okay.
ahead, TJ.
So Utah has control of Cleveland's first round draft picks for the next 5 years. 5 years. Donovan Mitchell's only on contract for the next 3 years. So if they do not re-sign Donovan Mitchell, Utah still owns the next 2 years of their first round draft picks. Why? Why? That I like Donovan Mitchell. I like what they're going to be building there. Evan Mobley is a solid piece. He's going to be an all-star. They got an all-star in Jared Allen, and they got another all-star in the other point guard there. And yes, that'll get him into the second round, but that's not competing with the Bostons and the Milwaukees or even the Nets for that matter. To give up that much to be a second round Philadelphia turnstile, you know what I'm saying?
Man,
What are we
listen,
doing?
they were beneficiaries of a bad East, in my opinion, to made the playoffs last year. They were kind of like how our Knicks were the year before when we made the playoffs. Like they're not there yet. And I personally, like I said, I felt bad for Donovan Mitchell. I felt bad to end up in fucking Cleveland. There's a reason why the king comes and goes as he pleases, uses his old stomping grounds as a turnstile. There's got to be a reason for it. You know what I'm saying? There has to be a reason for it. And Donovan Mitchell is now the new test subject for big names in
But
a big city for somewhat, but not as big as New York.
here's how I know Ainge ain't shit, because he turned down R.J. Barrett, Obi Toppin, and I think Emmanuel Quickly, and 3 unprotected firsts. That was their first major trade, and Ainge was like, "Nah, I want more." So
Bugging.
right then
Maybe
and there, the Knicks should have known. All right, maybe he's bluffing, and he was just, you don't ask for what you don't get, right? So that was probably after he asked for all 8 draft picks for the Knicks.
right.
That was the second no, and I'm just like,
And
all right,
that whole starting 5 and all that.
right,
Yeah.
right, and the Statue of Liberty, and free Metro card for the next 10 years,
Real bagels.
real pizza, all that. So
Yeah.
if once New York got turned down for that, why are we even talking to you anymore? We gave you our best player, an up and coming good player, a solid bench contributor, and 3 unprotected firsts, and that can't get it done? Nah, I don't need to do business with you no more. We'll find takers elsewhere. We'll find suitors elsewhere. We have a shit ton of draft capital. We have young talent. We just got to get them some playing time now. So if we do need to sell these kids off, they'll have some value to them, and we can go get whoever we want at that point. You know what I'm saying? There's always going to be a disgruntled star. There's
This
always going to be somebody who's looking to get out.
this is a good sign, clear sign that James Dolan has kept his fucking nose out the way.
Absolutely.
Clear.
Absolutely.
Because he would have said, pull that trigger. This man is box office and can fill the garden.
No doubt, Donovan Mitchell in a Knicks jersey will have that place sold out like it already isn't being sold out for
Right.
the next 10 years because he wouldn't leave New York. He wouldn't leave New York.
Yeah, I wouldn't think so either. I
He
think
wouldn't
he
leave
would
New York.
deal.
And we still got
But
a shot at him 3 years from now, maybe
and
2 years from
right,
now when he
and
says, I don't want to play for y'all no more.
right. And like he could say, I want to fuck a trade after like you said, 2 years, year and a half, whatever the case may be. Point is we did not give up our core and our youth. You don't. Like you said, Obi and RJ just need more seasoning. They got to put the reps in as a unit together. Like that's all they need right now. They need more reps. I think we probably need somebody else, a solid big man, and well, no, we just signed a valid point guard. So
Yes. I
I
think
think we're
that's
gonna
going to
be all
change
right.
more than people think. Having a real point guard changes shit that people don't think, man.
Having a real point guard allowed us to let off confetti for one playoff win.
Right.
A real point guard allowed that one time.
And like they said, if Mitchell came to New York, there was going to be an understanding that he wasn't going to be here for 3 years. It was going to be an understanding that he was going to sign an extension, and he was probably going to get the max when he was up for it at that time. That has to be the understanding. Now he's traded, and he can control whatever he wants to control for the next 3 years up until it's time for him to depart. Whether it be continual second round exits, New York could actually develop and be a better and more competitive team in the next 3 years, even with making some small moves between now and then to make us more attractive destination to win something at. So I'm not mad at this at all. I don't know why people think we have to give up the house every time a big name comes off the market. And you can clown us all you want. The Knicks are nicking. No, the Knicks actually stood pat and did something that made sense for once.
Smart.
Nobody's applauding that part.
Shout outs to
Nobody.
Leon Rose.
And you know what? Shout outs to Leon Rose for standing pat and saying, I know I would have been very pissed off if we had to give up RJ, Obi, and quickly and 3 unprotected first. We'd have been right back where we started, and we still had Julius Randle's bum ass coming into the game every day. That now they're talking about how to move Randle. Now they can focus on putting packages together to try to move this man and get some even more picks probably in return to make another move further down the road. We're just kicking the can down the road a little bit. That's all. But we
Yeah,
didn't have to mortgage a future for
exactly.
for an 8th place seed.
Exactly. That to me is the biggest thing is mortgaging away our future when we can. I mean, it could be, you know what? If we can't get somebody who, in my opinion, would be like a B or C level, B or A level type player in this league that wants to be in New York City, those draft pieces is just money in the bank.
Yes.
And
Yes.
you never know what you're going to get out of the draft.
You
You
don't.
never
It's a
know.
crapshoot. It's a
So
crapshoot.
it's literally money in the bank in both ways of here's pieces that we can use to package for trade, or we can just sit on them and actually use the picks.
Dude, we can use those picks to move up in the draft to get the person we actually want.
That too.
We
That
can do
too.
that now. We have the flexibility in the room to do that. We have the draft capital to do that. So
And
to say, I mean, I think we're a playing team as constructed right now. I think
mhm,
Brunson makes us a solid. We're we're not going to get steamrolled every night, but I think we're going to be a tough out for the most part.
yeah, I agree. I agree. But like I said, man, it's the Fleece Lord struck again, but he didn't strike on us. And I think that's why we needed to talk about this the most, just to remind folks, like, yeah, we might be historically dumb, but we ain't that stupid today.
You know what?
Not at this time.
We could probably look at back at this like 3 to 5 years from now and be like, you know what? damn glad we stood pat.
Yeah.
Because now
Yeah.
we got this team, and they're doing it from the ground up.
Yo, because all right, and I'll just leave it at this at the end, to wrap it up after this. But imagine they did pull all that off, right? We lost all of them bodies. Donovan Mitchell goes down with like a major leg injury, career over.
Then where are we at?
We
Nothing.
literally just look like we shit the bed and rubbed ourselves all in it. And I'm not wishing injury on him. I'm
No.
just saying that's how dumb we would look.
Look, I was tired of Zach Randolph coming back to the Garden and killing us when he was on our own team. Jamal Crawford coming back killing us when we had him on our team. So many players have come back and killed us because we let them go for dumb shit.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So this time, that's not going to happen. And if you
Yep.
think about it, Brunson cooked Mitchell in the playoffs. So he ain't scared of Mitchell.
Yep.
And we play that man 4 times a year now.
Yep. Well, the Fleece Lord has struck again, but they didn't strike on our Knicks. So that's all we give a fuck about.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
didn't
that's it.
happen to us
Fuck
Knicks.
him. Fuck him.
That's it.
We're
That's
not
it.
the laughing stock no more.
That's it. More power to everybody who gets conned by Danny Ainge. This beer's on you.
Sucker born every minute, they say, right?
That's it. That's it. But we ain't got no suckers here, man, as we
Sucker free zone.
decide to round it out, close it out. No TikTok question of the week this week because last week literally possibly also aided into zapping all the energy out of me from laughing so damn hard. Shout outs to Jared also once again, hashtag Blackout Podcast, Hooks, Rubs, and Spices. We are not sponsors, but I ain't afraid to big my man up whenever possible. I gotta be better in trying to buy some because I haven't had any since we did a giveaway for it.
Mhm.
About 3-4 years ago, we did a giveaway on our show, and my man's makes some good shit as far as barbecue seasonings and all that. Black owned business, if that makes a difference to y'all. Black owned business, man, and support one of 5 people in Utah. One of 5 black, one of
Black
5
people.
black people in
Black people. I
Utah.
like it. You gotta rephrase
gotta, gotta,
that.
gotta make the joke, man. But that's the homie, man. I'm one of those podcast friends that I've glad I've gotten to, getting to know over the years and stuff. You know what I'm
Good
saying?
dude. Good dude
But
indeed.
but yeah, we're done. More details to come. I already dropped the announcement that y'all should know by now. We're always a part of J1Con each and every year, but we are back this year. This is the first year back post pandemic. This is also J1Con's 10th year anniversary. This is the 10th
Nice.
event. So we have, as far as the Blackfinity Gauntlet Content Creator Summit, I don't think I'm going to be doing a panel this year. The first day might be entertainment, but the second day I got something fun lined up. Thank you to all the people who I've tried to invite and never responded back to me. It's because of you that we're making the pivot in what we're doing. Thank you very much. Keeping it real with me. No, I did. And there's 2 people who I believe said yes that they're going to come. And so I'm going to work something out for them. But the second day of the con, or I might make the fun part the first day, and the second day might be the educational part because the second day is, the wrap up and when we all get ready, once everything is done, start making our way home and all that stuff. We got some talking to do, TJ. That's all I got to say. We got
Okay.
some talking to do. This is going to
Yep.
be your first J1 part of the crew,
Yep.
but we're going to have some fun in Atlantic City, New Jersey. Showboat Hotel.
Can't wait.
It's going to be on the 2nd floor. Go to j1con.com to buy your tickets. This year, it is only $40 for your pass all weekend long. So
Damn.
from the 4th to the 6th, what convention can you go to for every day of the convention for only $40?
$40.
$40. You just support some dope independent and local artists. Sit down and listen to some dope panel discussions when it comes to people from the world of voice acting, cosplay, music, comic books, anime, Even Cartoon Network veterans come through to the con, man. So
Dope.
please
Dope.
check out j1con.com, look up the guest list of who's already there and all of that. And yeah, but make sure y'all coming for us, because we definitely gonna have some fun for y'all. With that being said, hit the QR code for me. TJ, you got the rest.
Shout out to Big O and Jay. Couldn't be here today, but we miss you guys. See y'all next week. Good luck to Jay in his golf tournament today. Hopefully he fares well.
I wanted to say Tiger Woods, y'all. Tiger Woods, y'all.
No sex in the champagne room, Jay.
That's it.
Big O is out.
And no phones and cameras in the post game celebration either. No evidence.
Big O is out in the land of Ja, enjoying himself. So hope he's lighting up one for himself and relaxing on the beach there. And yeah, man, good show, tidy show. Wrapped it up in an hour today, so this was fun.
Yeah, it's time to go back to sleep. Peace, y'all. See y'all next
Peace.
week.